Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 107.5 FM WSFD-LP Westfield.
Support for the community programming provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday where you are, and it is August 10th where I am.
Yes, 11th where they are.
Where you are, it's August 11th, and here in sunny California, no.
What?
No. Here in sunny Westfield, we are having a lovely, not warm day today. Tomorrow and later on in the week, Peter, it's going to be okay. I think probably Westfield on weekends is hoping that this is a good weather week for all of our events that are happening in the downtown cultural district in Westfield.
I haven't looked at the weather at all this week.
Yeah.
You're looking at the middle camera now. The middle, the one in the white one. That one right there. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that one.
Hello, everyone. Look, hello over there. Hi. Listen, I've had a rough week. Oh, God, it's been a
I know. I was
tough
surprised
week.
because I hadn't heard from you. And I sent you a message this morning, and I was like, hey, is everything okay?
Oh,
or, what's going on? Do you need a week off?
Oh, wouldn't it be great? I'm going to take another week off coming up soon, only because I probably need it. Last week we had a death in my family, as you know, and thank you for your condolences and everything. We had my wonderful cousin Loretta Pedizano passed away, and she and I go way back because she is 81, I am 81. She just turned 81 in July. I'll turn 81 in November. And so consequently, this is somebody who was my first cousin who's been with me all my life. And on top of that, she went to Cathedral High School and she graduated with her husband, Frank Opettizano, from Cathedral High School, and that's where
I think I went to school maybe with her granddaughter, Denise Opettizano.
No,
I think she was in my class.
You're kidding me. Yes, absolutely. Denise Opettizano is her cousin, or her daughter, and I just happened...
Daughter or granddaughter?
No, it's her daughter. She'd
be about my age, yeah.
No,
50s.
She's her daughter. Yeah, she's her daughter. She has...
I recognize the name.
Yeah, she's married to a wonderful man named Wurst, W-U-R-S-Z-T, and they have 3 wonderful children, Maddie and Petey and Eddie, the boys, and they are so good, and they're all I think the last one is in high school, and then all of them have gone on to college and stuff. They're really, really nice kids. And Ed owns a used car dealership in Palmer and does really well. So that's the background. That's about Denise. And I just sent them, what do you do when someone in your family passes away? Do you send flowers that are going to die? Do you send them on the day of for the funeral so that they're then put in the church or whatever? Do you send a memory lamp? What do you do?
Irish tradition is usually send them for the wake. and then that goes to the funeral, and then it goes to the gravesite, and then they go from there.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
at least that's the way I was brought up.
Yeah, and the way I was brought up was the exact same way. But I think for me, I'd like to do something else. So Denise and Diane, and her Denise's sister Diane, and her sister Darlene Darby, are all good friends, and I talked to Diane and Dar about what I could get. And I remember when Linda Moranti's spouse died, I asked Linda what she would like, what would make her feel better, and she said ice cream. So I sent her a case of Jenny's gourmet ice cream. You see it at West, and they have all these interesting flavors and stuff. So I asked Diane and Dar, if I could send them some ice cream to get them through the week. And they said, who loves ice cream is Denise. And so Denise is, and her family is going, for her to share, is getting a case of all these different, they have like pancakes with maple syrup. And,
variety pack?
Yeah, it's like 9 different pints or 10 different pints of ice cream. And it, it comes in a packaging that keeps it cold. So hopefully it will come tomorrow so that on Wednesday when Denise hosts our gathering after the funeral on Wednesday, that there'll be ice cream for everyone or for some of the folks that want to try these interesting ice creams, or after the fact for her family to enjoy and to share. I like that idea a little bit better than something for the mourners or whatever. But and I also think sometimes, I don't know about you, Pete, but I think after the, when someone dies, you're preparing for the death, and then the death happens, and then you spend a week or so making arrangements for the wake and whatever follows, etc. And then you go through it all, and then there is this crash afterward, I think, that happens.
Well, what happens is you're running on adrenaline for so long that when the crash happens, it's worse than like a sugar crash or something like that.
Yeah.
Because the adrenaline runs out.
Yeah. And when if somebody had been, actively getting worse in a nursing home or someplace, and you're watching them and you're going every day and you're spending hour after hour after hour, suddenly you don't have to go to the nursing home. Suddenly that person's not in your life. And I think that is the time that families and friends could come to the aid or the, how do I say it, the
comfort.
The comfort of the family. Yeah, that's exactly right. And so I often think if you're going to do something for the family, maybe to wait until the time, especially if somebody is, if it's a spouse and they've lost their spouse, wait a week or two afterward and send something nice so that the spouse knows that, it's okay, we're done, on to the next, and in my life at 81, it's on to the next passing away or on to the next one.
We celebrated a good thing.
Yeah.
Mom had her birthday July 10th. We had a family dinner. And then we came up with the idea as the sons and daughter-in-laws.
Right.
Saying, hey, let's throw a surprise party for her, because we couldn't put it together that fast. Because she said, I don't want anything, that kind of thing.
Of course.
Right.
I say it all the time.
Right. I don't want anything, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So we got her best friend, Connie, who usually spills the beans. Got
the bean spiller.
Got names and numbers for all her friends that used to work with her at the Wall Street Journal, who they still actively go out like at least once a month.
Oh, wow.
And they go out and do something together.
Yeah.
And then we reached out to all the cousins and nieces and nephews and everything and said, who can come?
Yeah.
And then who wants to come?
Yeah.
Some of the cousins that wanted to come couldn't come. Her sister couldn't get a flight up
Oh my gosh.
on short notice because it's only like a month and a half. You
Yeah.
know, you got to plan these things out nowadays.
Sure.
But we told her on her birthday that we'd pay for a ticket because her brother and sister live in the Myrtle Beach area, greater Myrtle Beach area.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to buy her a one-way ticket down there, and whenever she wants to come back, we'll buy her another ticket to come back type
Right.
thing.
Sure.
But my brother set it up that they were going to go to lunch at Red Rose, which is where we had the party,
Yeah.
because they could accommodate
yeah.
50 easily, right?
Oh yes.
Right.
In like a banquet room, they
They have
like
small rooms, yeah. They
Yeah.
have a room that'll fit 50. So we did that, and it was like a pizza buffet, salad, and appetizers, right? And then we opened the bar up. Instead of buying all kinds of decorations, we just said, let's do an open bar.
Sure. Oh my gosh, that's great.
Right. So, and we
I
had
love this also an
we had
idea
our
of
hook, line,
a
and
pizza
sinker.
buffet
Yeah.
as well. You know.
We had her hook, line, and sinker because she thought she was going to lunch at Red Rose and then going to the casino
Sure.
with my brother and her grandson
Yeah.
because they both like going to play cards.
Yeah.
And so that was her thing. And so we had it set up so the hostess knew what was going on. And they marched her right in. She goes, we never eat in the back room.
Yeah.
She goes, we never eat by the bar. Oh, it must be something different. They must be really packed in the restaurant. No clue. Because when she rounded the corner, we all yelled surprise. She staggered back a step.
Oh my God. Oh,
But she
my
was
God.
crying. So we got her good.
Yeah. Oh wow.
The
You
kids
know,
got her, but good.
James, of course, you know that whole story about when I was turning 80 and there was going to be supposedly a surprise party for me that I didn't really want, and he forgot to uninvite people, and oh God, they were planning it, and then I put my foot down totally, and they got the message, but they forgot who they had invited, which included the mayor and company, and oh God, it was.
Should have just went on with it at that point.
I should have. I actually, there was a semi kind of party, but it was I was only wanting to go out to dinner, and then suddenly there was all these people at Tribeca, and there they were, et cetera, and so I went through it. Look,
My mother thoroughly enjoyed
Oh,
it. She didn't eat. I don't think she ate.
Yeah.
I think she just ended up talking to everybody the entire time.
Wow. Well, it's funny. But I this weekend was an interesting thing because Don Blanton, the artist in residence, who's so wonderful at Westfield on weekends, you see his work at every show. There's at least one piece by him, and on Sundays from noon until 2, he does his open studio faithfully down there.
Yep.
His sister died, and his sister was 79 or so. And so I said, Don, James and I will work it out so that we go to the funeral, etc., even though there's lots happening in my own family. So Saturday we went to the funeral of this lovely in East Long Meadow. I had no idea there's this Nowak funeral parlor. It looks sort of like Tara, like in Gone with the Wind, and you walk across. It's really nice. So at any rate, we went there. Oh, I said that at any rate. Oh God, I think I said it twice already today.
That's okay. I'm not counting.
I'm doing better on that one, incidentally. On that phrase is not so much in my life as it used to be. Okay. So we went to the service, and then we did our goodbyes and immediately got in the car back to Westfield, dropped James off, and I went to a 7-year-old's birthday party. My great friend Olya Pavluk, who is the dating partner, if I could say, of James Johnson Corwin, they were having a luau party for her. She was 7 years old, and they really did. Oh my gosh! It was the whole backyard. There were surfboards, and there was a tiki bar, and all this, and there were these wonderful, wonderful children. Oh my gosh! There must have been 20, 25 children there, and some of their parents and stuff. And it was timed perfectly because everyone was leaving, and then that terrible. Was that the microburst that happened on Saturday afternoon?
Yeah, something happened.
Yeah,
I think they're still trying to figure out. They called it a macroburst, which is
Macroburst.
a large area, got a straight line wind shot. I know there are a lot of trees down in Westfield.
Yeah. Well, we just managed. As I say, the old 81-year-old helped a little bit at the end, but for the most part, everything that looked like a festival back there. Olia's daughter, who incidentally is married to, you wait for it, everyone, really, Dr. Ira Schmelkin, my gastroenterologist, is married to her. He had to go to a funeral himself, so he was not at the party, but we exchanged photographs and stuff. So everyone is connected in some way. The party was so great. I started to think afterward, isn't this amazing? I go to a reception or a wake, and I follow it with a birthday party. We have these traditions. Which is the most powerful? Well, interestingly for me, I had such joy at watching these children that was really great. The words, Don Blanton always has great words. Of course, he's a poet, and so the words of that were really what he said at his sister's funeral was really wonderful, and a woman who had had a hard life, et cetera, et cetera. I have been thinking, Peter, and this is something for you and maybe everyone else to think about. I was trying to think because last week, that's one of the reasons why we didn't have a show last week. I was really in mourning for my dear cousin, and in the hour after she died, I was trying to, how you do, you try to look for something that is a message from beyond or something. We all do this. We all want to know.
Human nature to want hope.
Want something, yeah. And I was sitting in my television room, and I looked over, and there was this light. The sun was shining in, and the TV room is in the center of our house, so the sun had to be in the right spot for this. But the sun was shining on a bit of furniture. Okay, I think it was the chair or something. I have this fake leather chair, faux leather chair in there. Looks like real leather. They're amazing today. So I'm sitting there and I see this light and I go, that's it. I am going to see Lorette, my dear cousin, in the light. And I'm going to look, sounds like such a cliche, but I'm going to look for the light. And damn, for the rest of the day, everywhere I looked, I could see where light was shining. Okay?
Yep.
And throughout the week, I've started to really come to terms with the idea that the feeling of light, the warmth that we have, or placing yourself in the light, as we say, is such a comfort for me. And I don't know if it is for you. You might try it. And I was looking all over, and strangely enough, I'm reading a book. I finished this book. It was called "Am I Alone Here?" Now it sounds like some kind of self-help book. It's not really a self-help book. What it is, it's this book, thank God, defies any category. It's notes on living to read. So Peter Orner these are all essays on books that have helped him to get through his life. And he talks about the books in relationship. It's sort of like a memoir done through books. And so I get to the very end of it, and it's a book about his father dying, and it's about the light, okay? And then I'm looking for for something. I was thinking, geez, I want to read a poem or do a reel. And I did a reel last week about Lorette's passing. But then I thought to myself, you know what? I don't need to be on Instagram, or I don't need to be on any kind of media this week. It's not important. What is important for me to get through my own grief at being older and having all of the people that I love in my life be close to death or in of a certain age or whatever. Now, this is not to say that I might live for another 25 years. I might live till I'm 116 for all I know, given medication or whatever, okay? But there is something about being of a certain age. So I find this, it just, I had it in my book. I mean, it was from a past episode of the show or something, a poem by Mary Oliver, who I really love. And you all know that I've read Mary Oliver before on the show. And I think there's a documentary coming out about Mary Oliver. Look for it if it is. But I thought I would read you this poem because I thought what it does, it sort of says what I've been feeling all week long about the light and about how the light can help us as we go on with our lives. And you know, every day there's a little death of something, right? Well, the day ends. You know, the book ends. The television series ends. I've been mourning the fact that season 2 of The Pit is gone. I don't have it to watch any longer.
Okay.
You know, that sort of stuff. I mean, like life is all about endings and beginnings and endings and beginnings and all of that sort of stuff. So, okay. So in this poem, it talks about Buddha's last death or the last moments and what he said under a sala tree, S-A-L-A tree. And it also talks about, it goes back and forth between Mary Oliver looking and thinking about the Buddha's death, and then also thinking about what was happening in the light, etc., etc. So here is this poem. It's called The Buddha's Last Instruction by Mary Oliver. See if you like this. Make of yourself a light, said the Buddha before he died. I think every morning as the east begins to tear off its many clouds of darkness to send up the first signal, a white fan streaked with pink and violet and even green. I'm struck by it. An old man, the Buddha, he lay down between two sala trees, and he might have said anything knowing it was his final hour. The light burns upward in my life, and it thickens and it settles over the fields. Around the Buddha, the villagers gathered and stretched forward to listen. Even before the sun itself hangs disattached in the blue air, I am touched everywhere by its ocean of yellow waves. No doubt the Buddha thought of everything that had happened in his difficult life. And then I feel the sun itself as it blazes over the hills like a million flowers on fire. Clearly, I'm not needed. Yet I feel myself turning into something of inexplicable value. Slowly beneath the branches, the Buddha raised his head. The Buddha looked into the faces of that frightened crowd. Make of yourself a light, said the Buddha before he died. Make of yourself a light. I think we can find comfort in light. And that's my message during this week of mourning for me. We have a wonderful wake on Tuesday and then a funeral, and then we're moving on and we'll eat the ice cream, as we say in show business. All right? So, hey, Pete, why don't you play that first number? What do I have there? I can't even remember.
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to print it. It's just not happy with me today.
No problem. No problem.
The first number you have is Ledisi.
Oh, yeah, Ledisi.
You go to my head.
Oh, my gosh. This is a great version of a Judy Garland song, sung by a wonderful new singer. Her name is Lettucey, or it sounds like Lettuce E.
All right, let's go to the break
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
think somebody's waiting at the door.
All
for us.
right, so here it is. You Go to My Head.
You go to my head and you linger like a haunting refrain, and I find you spinning round in my brain like the bubbles in a glass of champagne. Oh, you go to my head like a sip of sparkling burgundy brew, and I find the very mention of you like the kicker in a julep or two. The thrill of the thought that you might give a thought to my plea cast a spell over me. Still I say to myself, get a hold of yourself. Can't you see that it never can be? You go to my head with a smile that makes my temperature rise, like a summer with 1,000 Julys. You intoxicate my soul with your eyes, though I'm certain that this heart of mine hasn't a ghost of a chance with this crazy romance. You go to my head. 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 You go to my head.
Support for community programming provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. Visit BettsPlumbing.com or 14 Coleman Avenue, Westfield. Public welcome.
Join us the second Wednesday of every month for Joe Didi's take on, well, everything. Listen to The Joe Didi Show, second Wednesday of every month at 8 a.m. 107.5 FM WSFD. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 107.5 FM WSFD-LP Westfield.
The first one?
Wow, yes, the middle one right there. The middle one?
We're back to the middle. We're back to the wide shot.
Oh,
That
the
one.
wide shot. Okay.
Yes, that one.
Okay.
Like here.
That one, yes.
All of us in...
Hey,
yeah,
big
yeah.
plug for we're Westfield Community Programming. We're teaming up with Focus Springfield tonight, Tuesday night,
Yeah.
and we're recording a candidates night that the only candidate not showing up is our congressman, because apparently
Richie Neal?
Yeah, he doesn't feel like he needs to be there.
Oh.
But
Ooh.
it's being held at 52 Sumner,
Yeah.
and the two other candidates, Jeremy Whalen and Nadia. I can't remember Nadia.
Nadia.
You see your
She's got
posters around everywhere.
Milleron?
Milleron. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So they're going to be there, and it's going to be an open thing.
For those folks in the hinterlands.
Mass Congressional 1.
Right. This is the Senate
Nope.
No, it's
Mass Congressional District 1.
District 1, and you probably all know Richie Neal, Representative Richie
He's one of the ranking Democrats.
ranking Democrat on the
Overall.
Ways and Means Committee, and we're one of the ranking Democrats. Do you know Richie at all?
I've heard the name. I'm not as aware with local politics as I should be.
Well, let's just say this: he was
he's
he,
your- he's
he
your
was
rep.
already he was already the mayor of Springfield when I was in high school. But right
okay.
He was
before,
my
right
last
before,
boss. He was my last boss in Springfield in political offices. I worked for the mayor's office for cultural affairs, and he threw me a party to say goodbye to me at Theodore's in downtown Westfield. Downtown Springfield. Years ago.
but I think he only got elected mayor like right before, and he was a teacher at my high school before that.
Oh gosh, yes, yeah. I ran into him. Did I tell this story on the air? Oh, first, everybody, you're wondering. All of a sudden, there's a woman sitting
Who's
next
this
to me.
random person?
Yeah, she's back.
That happens all the
She's
time.
back 2 weeks in a row. This is her second visit to the show because we're training you to take over from me, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Bet you didn't know that when you came.
No, I didn't.
No. Liz said to me This is Liz Blaze Bennett, okay, with the hyphen, all right?
With the hyphen. Can't forget it.
And she is a member of the board of Westfield End Weekend. She's also the brains behind our up-close and musical programming this summer, and is also a wonderful instrumentalist. Do you call yourself an instrumentalist?
I call myself a clarinetist because if you say instrumentalist, it's like, that's very vague, right?
It sure is
What
vague.
instrument?
That's right.
I play the clarinet, so therefore I'm a clarinetist.
Yeah, but you also play the saxophone when you're forced into it.
When I'm forced into it, yes.
Yeah, and you could probably play the piano
Not great.
Not great. Okay.
Not great. If
Well,
you give me a
let's-
lead sheet, I
How
can
about
plunk
the
it.
accordion?
If only.
If only.
In a perfect world, I could play the accordion.
Well, I'm going to. I will channel all my talents into you as
Okay.
a former accordion player.
I'll pick it up tomorrow.
Liz Blaze Bennett is here, but we were just talking before I introduce you about Richie Neal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't know if I told this. I don't think I did. I have coffee at Tandem Bagel in West Springfield. Okay, most Mondays. Okay, please don't come. I love to sit there. It's 2 hours where all I do is read and do all of my stuff. Oh, you can come to Tandem Bagel, say hello, Tandem Bagel, say hello, and sit at another table. But don't think you're coming to sit with me. No.
I love it.
No.
We'll put up a wall around your table.
I don't
Nobody
really.
can.
Yeah. I try to, sit in a place. Well, it's not that big or whatever, but I sit with my face to the other door. I mean, not
To the
facing-
wall so nobody
to the
can see
wall. And doesn't that make you really want to talk to somebody when
Antisocial?
Antisocial. Oh, yeah. Know that I love you, but I just need time to myself. So, okay. So I'm sitting there, and I was not with my face to the wall that day for
Sure.
some reason. I look over, and right near where there is the plates, you what do you call the area where you dump your plate afterward, and there's the
trash
refuse
bins.
area.
the trash bins. Yeah, okay. They're sitting next to the trash bin while I was reading my book and not looking up is Richie Neal. Senator
Also
Richie
trying to hide out.
Neal. Yes, only he's facing. And now, of course, I saw him taking a gander at the whole room. He's dressed nicely as always. It always
Sure,
looks
yeah.
like he stepped out of the bandbox, as they say. And he's with his staff and whatever. So I
Yeah.
go, oh, God. Now I'm going to have to say, because we know one another.
Yeah.
I mean, I know him, so I cannot not avoid. I can't
Yeah.
sit there without saying hello.
You have
It
to
would be-
acknowledge him.
Yeah,
Bob, that would be uncouth.
not uncouth.
Uncouth is the
Right,
perfect word
right,
to describe
right,
it. That's
right.
exactly what it is. That would be uncouth.
Right, and I also got this brainy thing into my mind. I can ask him for money.
Yup.
Oh yeah.
Yup.
Well,
yeah,
listen,
yeah.
he's getting close to retirement. He's still got several mil in the campaign account.
Yeah, and I got money.
Let's get this taken care of.
I got a yes. I got a yes out of him by the end of the day.
Really?
Yeah, I got a yes out of him because we have Pumpkin Fest, and if you're somebody who's
Oh, there you go.
yeah,
Then you can
if
sponsor
if
the
you're
patch.
yeah, anybody that's running from Nadia Millerone to Jerome Whalen to Richie Neal, that's the people who run for the state rep. Anybody that's
US,
running can contribute to Pumpkin Fest. Have a sign. We don't allow you to have a booth that says "Vote for me" and shake my hand, but you can come down there with your staff, with your T-shirts on and whatever, and you can contribute to this great event. So I got some dough out of him, and I met his lovely assistant there, Melissa or somebody, and she gave me her card, and so I got.
We'll get some dough for Up Close and Musical too.
Well, of course,
for sure.
Of course,
we gotta make our way around.
I've noticed Jeremy and Nadia at some of the Friday night concerts, so they're out and about doing the same thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I pay attention
We'll get
to
them
these
to
things.
go this Wednesday.
So here's the scene. So Bob is about ready to go over and pounce on, representative
Pounce is also the
U.S.
perfect
rep.
word, yeah.
Did you get him to volunteer?
No, I walked over and
If only.
and
If
he
only.
stood. He
That's
stood
Bob's
up.
superpower,
I
you
stood
know.
up. He stood up. He goes, Bob, or how are you, et cetera, et cetera.
He is really great with that kind
Oh
of
my
stuff,
God.
though.
And
he
he-
remembers everybody.
Oh my God! And he said, "No, your family lived on Connecticut Avenue or whatever, in Hungry Hill. I mean, like."
Yeah, he remembers
remembered
everything.
Connecticut Avenue, and then he said, and the chief of police or fire, Fenton, whoever Fenton was,
Yeah,
was down,
fire chief. Fenton.
chief fire chief lived down the street from my parents, and then there was somebody else, and then the guy sitting with him was named Tillotson. One of his aides is Tillotson. I said, "Geez, that name sounds familiar." He said, "My family had a house on Connecticut Avenue." So, like, it's Connecticut Avenue revisited.
Old home week.
Old home week.
Family
So
reunion.
I'm talking, and I forgot to tell you, I always have a scone. They have the best scones.
Noted.
And
Okay.
and they only make a certain amount at Tandem-Bagel. Okay. And the guy at Tandem-Bagel, they call me Bob, I don't like that.
He's
It
dropping
sounds like
names.
Bob. Yeah, Bob.
He thinks he's
The
like a
old
Star
man
Trek
Bob.
podcast.
Yeah. Well, everybody's, when you walk in there and you're there every Monday week
They
after
know
week
you,
after
yeah.
week, here comes the scone guy, Bob. And then, when you pay and you get things in your card and they get freebies.
Yeah,
I get money back,
You got
and they
your
get
punch card
a punch card and stuff, and it says Bob, etc. So they all know Bob.
Sure.
Okay. So I finished my scone, and I always have they heat it up, and I have butter with it because there's nothing.
That's how
like
you eat a scone.
You can't
That's
eat.
how you eat it.
There are people that eat scones without butter or without jam or anything. You gotta have clotted cream or something
That's
on a
just
scone.
like eating like a piece of white bread.
Cardboard.
Yeah. Even worse than eating a piece of white bread. Eating a piece of really bad white bread and just like raw. You can't.
You need
it's
to
meant
have
for
it.
Stuff. It's
you
meant
need
for
it.
stuff.
Yeah. And they have some great different scones. So I was having my cheddar scallion scone. Oh yeah, that was really good. They had a
No,
birthday
they made
cake
savory
scone.
ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But the guys at Tandem, Liz, told me that I am the only one that seems to buy scones.
They make them all for you. They know
do.
that you're coming.
I do. And I take every one that's in the container there because
Really?
oh yeah. If there are 3, I'll buy all 3 because I'll
like
have
the
them at home.
scones, yeah.
I like them and they last, they get like rocks, but you put them in the
You put them in the microwave with
Microwave,
a slightly damp paper
yeah,
towel,
yeah,
and
you
then it's
got
all
it.
fixed.
You rejuvenate them.
I rejuvenate them.
You've
all right.
got the best words today.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
every-
You've
Peter's
got like the
got-
thesaurus in front of you, and you're
No,
just reading it for
I'm-
fun.
No, I have lots of useless information tucked away in my noggin.
Cool words aren't
Well,
useless.
no.
Cool words are-
Rejuvenate.
Maybe
best.
12 years of Catholic school.
Yeah,
That was the
there
problem.
we
That'll
go.
do it. That'll do it. How's
Yeah.
your Latin nowadays?
I studied Spanish in high school, so I
okay.
You
I
know,
don't remember a lick of it.
when he was when Peter was at Cathedral High School, they had stopped Latin. When I was at Cathedral
No,
High
you could still take it. It
Oh,
just
but
wasn't,
we were forced into it. It's
well,
not
because
like
you still had the Latin Mass. That's why.
Oh yeah. I'm a verum quaecano, Troy. Oh no, that's the beginning of the Iliad or the Aeneid rather. No, this is Dominus Voviscum et cum spiritu tuo. Da. Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. All right. So we're back with Richie Neal. Oh, where am I? I'm over here. Okay. We're back with Richie Neal. I just finished my scone. I'm going, and so I figure I will bring the plate over, and I'll talk to Richie, and then I'll go on.
Yeah.
And I had my, all of my stuff. I always have a bunch of stuff.
I feel like I know where this is going.
Yeah. Do you know where it's going? Yeah, I think
Did you
do.
forget?
No.
No, you didn't drop it?
No, I didn't drop it.
Okay.
I got the money out of him. We said goodbye, and I started walking out, and I was at the door, and I
All of your
looked.
stuff is in a pile.
No, I have the plate and the butter and the knife with me.
The rest of the stuff went in the trash.
I'm leaving the door. No, none of it went into the trash. I took it all with me out the door to the car. And I said, I am not going back in there.
You took the tray?
I took the...
Bob.
I didn't take the tray. No, it wasn't on a tray. It was in my hands. So I had the...
You owe them a clean utensils.
I owe them clean. Well, they're plastic, so I think I can get away with that.
Okay.
Yeah, they're plastic, whatever.
But the
They're single use.
yeah. However, the China plate,
You need to clean that and bring it back.
it's still in the back of my car.
Is that going
You
to
need to
become a new donation
that.
plate?
What would you
Clean
have
it and bring it back.
And
Admit
I had
your mistake.
I had the
True.
choice.
You have admitted it live on air.
On air. I know. I'm going to
stole
bring-
from
I'm
Admit your
gonna-
mistake and
Yeah.
bring it back, saying I'm
What
totally
would you
sorry.
have done? What have you done? I've said, how a conversation goes, and especially a conversation with me, it's
yeah.
like 15 minutes long or
Yes.
whatever the hell. And I've overstayed my welcome, and I'm not going back. I am not going back
Yeah,
with
no,
the
just
plate.
say, you know what? I completely forgot. I knew I was coming back, so
Oh, yeah,
I've washed it for
on,
you.
on that day, would you have gone back to put the plate
If I was
back
a
in?
one-time customer, I would go back. If
Yeah.
I'm a regular customer, I'd wash it and bring it back.
You wouldn't have gone back and faced Richie and the crew before.
No, you didn't. No,
If
you,
it's
you
me,
just had a win.
I get in the car and I look at the pile of things in my hand and I go, "Oh my god!" And I just walk and bring it back without a word, and then turn around, put it in the collection.
I couldn't. Richie was sitting next to maybe
Because I know I'm
he
gonna
sit-
forget it. It's gonna be with me forever.
He sits in that same spot now that I think about it.
He loves the spot.
Because I've seen him in there before. Well, why not? Because guess what? Everybody at the end of their meal
Then has to go see him.
you see who he is, and he'll say hello, and and I see people talk and whatever.
Strategic. He's
Yeah.
got strategies that are unknown to the
He's
rest
very
of us.
friendly, and he remembers. He's got a mind
remembers
like
everybody.
a sieve. I asked him how old he was, and he he did.
Yeah, that's an awesome casual conversation.
No.
How old are you?
Yeah, well, the problem is that in this election, everybody's pointing out people's ages all the time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
his opponents are in their 30s or 40s.
Yeah. So he goes, no, don't say that. Don't say that. And then he said, I'm 77. I said, I'm 81. That's when we.
Oh, I thought you were still 80.
Yeah. No, well, I'm in my 81 year.
Oh.
No, I'm going to be 81 in 2 months or 3 months, November.
Whoa.
Well, how many times? So now I can say
We got to have a very special up close and musical for Bob.
there will
81st
be
birthday.
no. Did you hear the first? You didn't hear the first half of the
No,
show.
because we don't broadcast it. Bob.
Okay.
We're recording.
Oh, we're recording. Okay. Oh, that's right. It's not live. We're live on tape, everyone.
We're live on tape, on
in
the air on tape.
Yeah,
I don't do any editing.
Yeah. Okay. So Liz, I said there'll be no surprise. There'll be no parties. I hate parties.
You and me are the same, Bob.
I hate it.
I hate.
What's your next birthday going to be?
What's my next birthday gonna be? Like, how old am I turning?
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna be 24.
Oh, that's no.
Next-
we don't
next
celebrate
year.
24.
We don't-
No.
We don't celebrate 24.
The 25th, we're going to celebrate.
25th. I don't want to do anything.
I am not doing anything. I will buy you a nice card and a nice little present when you're.
Ooh, I like
20.
nice cards.
Yeah,
The nice
yeah.
card is a nice present.
You think so?
Yeah. If you
I
get,
always
like,
think it's kind of like
cards can be expensive.
$9 for a card. Yeah,
See the ones they're like $20 and they like fold up like this and then
Yeah.
like a castle
Oh
pops
my,
up
beautiful,
something crazy
beautiful,
like that.
beautiful. But
Those cards
do
are
you
a
look? Do you look at the price of the card? Ever at the back that somebody has bought you?
Okay, not that somebody's bought me, but if I'm looking for a card for somebody and I'm looking for just like a basic card, or like maybe I pick up one of the ones that sing, because I like to get the ones that sing, or the ones that have glitter in them, like on the inside, but it's not like a glitter bomb. It's just like, it's like fancy looking. And if I look at the price and I'm like, this is a $23 card and it just says happy birthday and it sings, I'm putting it back.
But if you
and I'm getting a different one. If I receive a card, I'm like, wow, this is great. But I'm also not getting the ones that sing, I think. So it doesn't matter to me.
If you're getting the 99-cent, the bottom of the barrel ones,
No, I'm getting the ones that say happy bar mitzvah. I've got a strange amount of
that's right. You just scratch out whatever it says on the inside. If you like the front cover, you scratch it out.
Well, I have friends who play into it too. They just get whatever card they say or seems looks nice, or they'll get like a happy quinceañera card for like, because like you're not turning 15 and you don't have a quinceañera. There's no need for this. And I have friends that'll get that like on purpose. I've gotten cards for people before. Like I got I think it was my friend's 17th birthday. I got a happy 7th birthday Elmo card, and I Sharpied in a 1 beforehand.
Oh, I love it.
Like, it's stuff like that on purpose.
Of course. I think it would be wonderful to say, Dear Michael, happy birthday. Then Michael scratches out. Oh, and then you love Bob. Dear Michael, happy birthday, love Bob. And then Michael scratches out Michael and Bob, and then we write, Dear Patrick, happy birthday, love Michael.
Same card 1,000 times. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great? I think that's a good idea.
Family heirloom card, and just every birthday somebody scratches the name out. That rocks. Do that with your families, your friends.
Okay.
I'm going to start doing that.
Isn't that great? Yeah.
That's what my sister's going to get.
Or like those two wonderful women. There's a couple, not women, a married couple in Westfield that we interviewed for our photographic display that is at Tribeca now.
One of my favorite exhibits, by the way, the Faces of Westfield exhibit. I love that exhibit. I'm so glad to see it.
Anybody can go. Yeah, anybody can do it, and you can also nominate people now.
You can nominate people? I know who I'm nominating.
Oh, good. You're going to nominate me.
You already have one.
I already have a picture.
I can't nominate you because you already have one.
You want another one.
I'm going to nominate Sonia Lawson. Don't tell her. Nobody tell. Nobody tell.
All right. Okay.
She sent me a beautiful headshot the other day for the program next week. Wonderful. Oh, my gosh.
Okay. So, what was I saying? This two older couple, over 80, 85. They go to the store, they pick out the cards, they read the cards to each other, and then they put the cards back. And that's what they do at every birthday. It saves both of them money. And for Christmas time, for Thanksgiving or whatever, they make a trip to the store and they pick out a card and they read it to each other and then they put it back. Saves some.
That's cute. Yeah.
Adorable. All right. So our next, Peter, I don't know what I got up there on the for my next song.
Your next song is, I think it's "Dance Me to the End of Love." But
Do you know Leonard Cohen?
I know who Leonard Cohen is. Yeah, he's the Hallelujah guy. That's about it.
That's about it.
That's about it that I know.
There's a huge mural in the town that he most represents.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
And this is a town in Canada. It's a city in Canada. It's a main city in Canada.
There's a lot of those.
Yes, but there is only one that has Leonard Cohen all over the place.
I mean, the only one that I can think of is, oh my gosh, in the second I was thinking of it, Vancouver is the only city in Canada I can think of. Yeah.
Wait a minute, Vancouver isn't Vancouver?
I think it's like a city in.
No. It's on the East Coast. I'll tell you, Montreal.
Okay.
Montreal has a great, wonderful, huge mural of Leonard Cohen, and it fronts where it looks. It's a street I think that he knows, and there is a beautiful art museum there, and there are other museums, etc., etc. So he wrote a great song called "Dance Me to the End of Time." Okay. Do you know this song? No. Nope. Other than Hallelujah.
I only know Hallelujah.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
I
know that's why you're
toddler.
Here.
I'm a toddler. I know nothing.
You're learning everything from old man Bob here on the show about music.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You're
Okay.
teaching me everything.
I am. Well, no.
I know a
that's
little
not-
bit about classical music.
I know. Well, you're telling me all
I know
about.
a bit.
Yeah. Hey, I know a lot about clarinets now that because of you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, we
yeah,
can trade information.
There we
trade
go.
knowledge.
All right. So we're going to come back. We're going to talk. We've got a wonderful 3 weeks left of our Up Close and Musical Summer Edition programs. This Wednesday night, incidentally, 7 o'clock, jazz with the Barnyard Bunch at Westfield on weekends. It is going to be a great concert. It's free, and you got to come. And we're air conditioned. And so I'm going to play you Dance Me to the End of Time. This is a really good, I think this is a bluegrass version, if I'm not mistaken, but
Okay.
let's hear it.
Dance me to your beauty like a burning violin. Dance me through the panic till I'm gathered safely in. Lift me like an olive branch, be my homeward dove, and dance me to the end of love. Please dance me to the end of love.
Ooh, let me see your beauty when the witnesses are gone. Ooh, let me feel you moving like they do in Babylon. Ooh, show me slowly what I only know the limits of, and dance me to the end of love. Please dance me to the end of love. La, 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 oh, dance me to the wedding now, dance me on in, oh, and dance me very tenderly, dance me very long. We're both rise beneath our love, and both of us shall burn, and dance me to the end of love. Won't you dance me to the end of love? La, 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 la,
Support for the community programming provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Join me, Tina Gorman, each week from 6 to 8 a.m. for Wake Up Wednesday, when my guests and I discuss health, wellness, and lifestyle reimagined.
Community Radio.
107.5 FM WSFD. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 107.5 FM WSFD-LP Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday. It is August 10th, where I am. Where you are, it's August 11th.
Yes.
And we hope you have a great week. On August 12th, we have Up Close and Musical, the summer edition. And this week, what do you have for us? Liz Blaze Bennett.
So
3 names because she's so special.
We've got the Barnyard Bunch. The Barnyard Bunch is it's a jazz quartet. In that quartet is me. I'm playing the clarinet. My good friend Alex Dennison, he plays the guitar. My friend and up close musical alumni, Max Jordan, he's playing the bass. And then my friend Jared Hangley, he's playing the drums. And we have a whole set. It's half kind of musical theater, Broadway numbers.
Musical theater and Broadway.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you look at like the Great American Songbook, or what a lot of people now just casually call the real book, and there's a story for that. As opposed to the fake book, it's a real book.
Oh. Yeah.
Half of the tunes in the real book are all old Broadway tunes, old Broadway numbers that are that jazz musicians back in the day, they were like, wow, this is the stuff, and then they played that. I mean, thinking like John Coltrane, My Favorite Things. I mean, My Favorite Things is from Sound of Music.
Yeah.
It's an old Broadway number.
Right.
That's the half of the book.
Right.
So there's a lot of Broadway numbers, and the audience loves Broadway. And that's obvious from last week's turnout. Goodness gracious. It was a beautiful show last week.
Last week we had the Summer of Broadway show with Owen Snyder and Hannah Bruno
and Dylan Lasante
and
Scott Bailey on
my
piano.
God. And we had a full house.
Yeah.
You said to me early on, well, maybe we were expecting maybe 30 people, and that would have been wonderful. Okay.
Yeah. I was worried because I'm a youngster, and I don't know Broadway very well. I didn't grow up with a family who was very interested in musical theater, and I only started to kind of get interested. I really like Oklahoma. That's the only one I know. I know Oklahoma, and I love Oklahoma. I only started to get interested in that in like the last fall when I was student teaching, and somebody I was student teaching with did a class on musical theater, and then I started to think it was interesting. But outside of that, I knew nothing, and so I was like, do people really like musical theater that much? Do they really? And so I didn't really think that many people were going to be interested, but it felt like half of Westfield showed up. It was awesome. This is a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. It was incredible.
And it was a great show. I got to say that Owen Snyder, Hannah Bruno, and Dylan Lasante, they were...
they brought the house down. It was incredible.
God. Every number what seemed to be like one of these showstoppers things. It was just incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. It was hit after hit after hit. And oh my goodness. I was watching back the recording with my mom yesterday.
Oh, really?
I was showing her everything.
Yeah.
It was, and kind of reliving being there. And you sang a number too, Bob.
I did.
These are the special kinds of things that you can only see if you go to these events, because Bob, without telling anybody, will just hand sheet music to Scott Bailey if he's there and tell him to play something, and he'll sing just the most beautiful rendition of a song ever.
Oh, stop. Yeah,
it was so good.
Was it good? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've
fantastic.
sung it for so many years of my life and whatever. And
it's in there and it's in here, which is more important.
Oh, yeah. It's better that a song is in your heart or in your, and I was pretty raw last week, to tell you the truth, because I had a death in my family, and I was thinking I wasn't going to go to this thing.
Yeah.
But that art and music and that feeds the soul.
It does, yeah.
And the joy that I felt on that evening, and also there were some songs that they did. Oh my God, Dylan did a song from the current Broadway musical, The Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
And
that was
my God.
You'd think that's one of the ones they'd put at the end of the program. That was like number 3. You said showstopper. All of them really were, and that one really was.
Oh my gosh! And then they did a number from something called The Secret Garden by Lucy Simon, Carly Simon's sister.
Yeah.
And again, it was a duet between Hannah and
Dylan.
And was it Hannah and Dylan? Yeah. And again, it was one of those moments where, as I was listening, I was getting choked up. And
me too. Yeah, it was really emotional.
There were these moments through the entire evening where you get choked up, and then you get pulled back into the crazy.
And then Owen sings a funny song, and then everybody's like, "Okay, we're back." And then Hannah sings like a heartbreaker, and it's just ups and downs, ups and downs.
God. Just like life. It was great. So this week you're doing jazz.
Yes, we are.
And you guys are connected well, in one way or another with the Springfield Symphony Youth Orchestra.
So the Barnyard Bunch, the way that came together is really interesting. So the Springfield Symphony has these events that they sponsor. They're called Music on the Menu events. And if you're listening and you manage a restaurant in Westfield, we'll be so happy to come play. We are essentially, we call ourselves generally the Music on the Menu Jazz Collective, which is fancy wording for a bunch of people that get together when you ask us to play at restaurants. For the Music on the Menu events.
You're gonna go. I'm taking you on a tour of restaurants.
Okay, let's do that.
We're gonna. You and I are gonna. I'll bring my accordion and you bring the...
and you'll play with us.
Yeah.
But the Music on the Menu Jazz Collective, the Music on the Menu events, they fundraise for the Springfield Symphony Youth Orchestras.
Oh.
So I think something like 13% of profits for the time that we're there or something go to the Youth Orchestra Fund. As it's kind of like a part of an agreement, and then the symphony pays us to play, which is great. And that ends up being this kind of rotating cast of characters, whoever's available, when we can get them in, and we play a gig and fundraise for the Youth Orchestra. And when putting together everything for the summer series, I was like, man, we don't really have any jazz yet. And I think that this is such a wonderful opportunity to get these wonderful musicians together to come play some jazz because, I know from playing with them that they're fabulous musicians.
Yeah.
And it also helps that we're all connected to Westfield State University, too. I mean, Max Jordan is an Up Close and Musical alumni.
Yeah.
I'm also, I managed the summer series, but I also was kind of raised in Up Close and Musical.
Right.
Up Close and Musical started when I was a freshman in college. And the first... Up Close and Musical recitals happened when I was a freshman, and just waltzing into college and like being scared and then seeing this awesome thing happen. I was like, oh, I want to play in this. I want to be a part of this. And then, Alex and Jared is, he graduated in the fall of 2024 and is a public school teacher.
Yeah.
Alex is working full-time at Falsetti Music, teaching private lessons.
My God. Falsetti was around when I was a kid. Believe it or not.
It's where...
It was mostly accordions, really.
Really?
They had an accordion school. Honest to God.
Wait,
they have an
that
accordion
rocks.
orchestra. Falsetti has an accordion orchestra.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You got to get back on it. You got to start playing accordion again.
No. My accordion rotted in the attic, and that's where it ended.
We'll find a new one for you.
No, I don't want a new one. I can't stand the accordion. The only reason that's a lie. I love the accordion. I really do.
We all love the accordion. Even if you don't.
Yeah.
You do.
Dude, I think there was an accordion on that song that we just heard, Dance Me to the End of Time, or Dance Me to the End of Love is the name, and not Dance Me to the End of Time. That's my life story. But the Dance Me to the End of Love is that Leonard Cohen song.
Yeah.
Incidentally, did you like it? Give it on a scale of 1 to 10.
I was telling Bob when we were listening to the song that I think my rating scale ended up being severely warped from last time because Bob hounded me on this last
Willie
week.
Nelson.
I gave Willie Nelson a 5. Willie Nelson's rendition of Blue Skies, and if I can retroactively change that to a 2, I think I'm going to do that now. And I would probably give Dance Me to the End of Love like a 6.
Why?
Why? Because
why is that song higher than Blue Skies by Willie Nelson?
Because, I like the way that the singers were kind of... I think it gets a buff from being multiple singers, and in that they can kind of interact with one another.
Yeah.
Harmony is always fun.
Yeah.
Willie Nelson, I didn't care for that rendition. It just wasn't fun.
Oh, all right.
There was no fun in it.
Yeah.
Even though
can you say? I mean, you don't have. Well, you have fun in singing a number that is a sad number. I mean, there's some joy in that. If you connect to your soul, then you can sing any number and still have joy, even if you're singing about something really dreadful. Yeah. But you're giving and that was by the Civil Wars, incidentally, a group that I think has disbanded.
Yeah.
I think they were married or something, and they actually followed through. It was founded. That group. Check it out. It's a musical duo composed of Joy Williams and John Paul White, and they were formed in 2008. They blended folk, country, and Americana, and haunting melodies, poignant lyrics, and they won a Grammy or something as well. But then they ended up giving up or moving on.
I'm glad you're listing the names because I recognize the name Joy Williams, and now
do
I'm
you?
realizing I do know her. She was featured on a Chris Cornell song, and I was a big Chris Cornell fan growing up.
I
Yep.
don't know who Chris Cornell is.
Soundgarden.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he was a guy from Soundgarden. He had a
okay.
long running solo career until he passed in 2017.
Yeah.
Joy Williams was on oh shoot, it was in that movie 12 Years a Slave.
She's
that-
yeah. Oh,
yeah.
she was in that movie.
No, she was on a song that Chris Cornell did for that movie. So that it all comes together. See, I know something.
I love
I
it.
know some very oddly specific things.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she has a beautiful voice.
Oh yeah.
If I can bump that up to a 7.
Oh, you're gonna bump
Bump it up to 7. It's got the Joy Williams buff. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So look, so this week you're going to do songs from the American Songbook, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I thought it might be interesting for you to hear one of the songs you're going to play from the American Songbook done by somebody else
I'd
who
love to.
sang it first.
Yeah. And I saw your list, and I'm very excited because I actually
Have you ever
listened to
heard the
version.
original version of this song that was done in 1937?
No, I haven't.
You haven't. And do you know of a famous dancer in the film world?
I know that he's a dancer. His name is Fred Astaire.
Do you know anything more than that about him?
He danced. I'm learning today that he sang.
Not only did he, well, he really didn't sing.
Okay.
I mean, like he did sing.
I'm learning today that he did, but he didn't sing.
No, he did sing. He did sing. But he was not known as a singer so much as a dancer.
Yeah.
Do you know who he danced with by chance? This is
There was a
making
woman, but I
all-
can't remember her name.
There was a woman.
I can't remember her name. Am I crazy?
No, there were several women that he danced with.
There's at least one woman.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot
Yeah,
today.
but the biggest woman that he danced with, the one that he danced most with, was a woman whose first name was Ginger.
Okay, it just came to mind, but I don't.
Ginger who?
Is it Rogers?
You got it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
See, there's things back here. It's tucked away in the
Ginger
files.
Rogers. Okay, so Ginger Rogers is was the one that we think most of. They did many movies
Okay.
together. Okay.
Yeah.
And who wrote this song?
Why, it was George and Ira Gershwin.
Yeah,
George wrote the music and Ira wrote the lyrics.
to this song called "A Foggy Day in London Town."
Yes.
Right. Okay. So the interesting thing about this comes from a movie called "A Damsel in Distress," if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay. Ginger Rogers always, took a sort of back seat to Fred Astaire. Okay. He danced with Jane Powell. He danced with Leslie Caron. These are names that you probably don't know.
No idea.
No. Sid Charisse. Eleanor Powell, who was from Springfield, Massachusetts.
Ooh, I like
Famous
that.
movie star.
Okay.
Eleanor Powell, dancer. She spun around like a corkscrew.
Got it.
Yeah. But Fred Astaire's main partner was Ginger Rogers. And interestingly, somebody said to Ginger one time, how do you feel being the second, it's Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Okay.
Yeah.
She said, well, if you think about it, I did every one of the dances in reverse. If you're dancing with Fred Astaire and you're dancing with him, okay.
Sure.
He is dancing and he's moving this way, but she has to be, the woman in a dance segment, right,
Yeah.
does the dancing in reverse.
Sure.
And that's a little bit more difficult, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a big dancer?
I took one very short dance class at a music education conference, and I thought it was really fun, but I had
Wait a minute.
such a
What were you?
horrible,
Were
difficult
you
time.
learning the tango or the waltz or something?
I think it was a salsa class.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, that's great.
It was very hard.
It really. Yeah.
It was a lot of because it was one guy teaching too. So he would go back and forth between doing like your partner one and then partner two, and he would go back and forth between those, and it was very confusing to try to figure out what you were supposed to be doing if you were on either end of the dance.
Oh,
so
man.
people were stepping into each other the whole time.
Oh,
and it's also a bunch of music teachers who aren't dancers, so it doubled up being really hard.
Music, yeah. They can play it, but they can't dance it.
Some people can dance it.
Some can dance it.
I can't dance it.
Yeah. Well, some of those violinists that are out there, I mean, I see them, those Irish violinists.
Oh, my God.
And they're dancing and they're
Those
doing...
people are crazy. They're awesome.
Yeah. Just give me...
I can't do that.
No. How has Ginger Rogers fit into my life? Well, Ginger Rogers, believe it or not, my spouse did the Radio City Music Hall Spectacular with Ginger Rogers.
Wow.
Yeah. And this is a funny thing. Ginger Rogers was not, at that point in her life, she was older and she didn't dance much.
Sure.
So they had her on some kind of like thing that the dancers danced around her, and they moved her all around the stage on a gurney or something.
On a gurney? I don't think they moved her around on a gurney.
No, it's not a gurney. What do you call it?
It was probably a rolling set piece.
A rolling set piece, and she would, put her hands
Good
out
Lord,
and
Bob,
stuff.
a
Yeah,
gurney.
okay. All right. So this is a long, Peter. This is a long, I want you to hear the 1937 version.
Okay.
I
can't wait, because
and
I
you're
love
going
this
to
tune.
you're going to
It's probably
rate this
going to be a
number. You're gonna
12 out of 10.
You think so?
Probably. I love
Here
Gershwin.
we go. All right. Gershwin, A Foggy Day, the original from Damsel in Distress by Fred Astaire.
A foggy day in London town had me low and had me down. I viewed the morning with alarm. The British Museum had lost its charm. How long, I wondered, could this thing last? But the age of miracles hadn't passed, for suddenly I saw you there, and through foggy London town the sun was shining everywhere. And through foggy London town the sun was shining everywhere.
Underwriting for the community programming is provided by the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield. serving the youth of the Whip City and surrounding communities since 1969. For more information on the Great Futures Club for ages 3 to 5, happening weekdays, and the Club Teen Center for ages 11 and older, weekdays from 6:30 till 8 p.m., go online at bcgwestfield.org or visit the club at 28 West Silver Street. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield. Great futures start here.
Listen to me, Michael Buster McMahon, Mondays 8 to 10 a.m. to learn the stories behind your favorite songs. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you.
Community Radio.
107.5 FM WSFD. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 107.5 FM WSFD-LP Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday where you are August 11th, and it is 2026 and counting. I'm here with Liz Blaze Bennett. She's so good, she has 3 names. Yeah.
You could say that.
Yeah. And a hyphen.
You can't forget the hyphen.
So when I do your initials, is it LBB or is it LB?
I had it's LBB. I had an English teacher in high school who would always call me EBB. She wouldn't call me Elizabeth. It was just EBB.
Oh.
Every time she was talking to me, EBB.
EBB. Ebb.
Yeah.
Do you know what an ebb is?
I don't know what it is, but I know that if you ebb. It like flows. Ebb and flow is a term. I know that one.
Ebb and flow, yeah. The ebb tide is one of the most beautiful numbers ever. You got to check out.
Noted.
Ebb tide.
Okay.
Yeah, big hit. Okay, so you heard Fred Astaire's version of your song, which the Barnyard Bunch is going to do your version of that song. Okay, so I'm almost frightened, everyone. Let me look at the camera right on. Liz Blaze Bennett, if you were on Making the List, what would you give Fred Astaire's version from the movie 1937, Damsel in Distress? What are you going to give it?
I can't give anything written by George Gershwin anything less than an 8. That's my own personal internal ranking scale. It has to be an 8 or higher. I'm going to give it an 8 because I don't really care for Fred Astaire singing. But I love Gershwin so much.
Wait a minute. Okay. If you were only voting on Fred Astaire singing.
It's like a 3.
Oh!
I mean, I don't care. So I don't like people that sing with like the transatlantic accent. It's like Megan that time. I don't like when they sound like this on the song. It annoys me. I don't really care for his singing, and he's got some like. But I love Gershwin. This doesn't have to make sense to any of you. It's just gotta make sense to me. I love Gershwin.
Okay.
Gershwin's one of my like top 5.
All right. Good. Yeah. And you heard in that song real things that you would note that there was a piano at one point that sounded a little bit Rhapsody in Blue or
and I said like that's Gershwin.
That's Gershwin. That's
Gershwin.
Now that you've dished Fred Astaire's singing, you might.
Sorry, Fred Astaire fans
Fred
around
Astaire
the world.
Fred Astaire, believe it or not, I think introduced more songs on the American Songbook list, the greatest American songbooks, than anyone else.
Okay.
I'm just going to put in.
I will say a lot of it is Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Not Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Oh
no! Fred Astaire never sang Rodgers and Hammerstein. Believe it or not, I don't think he ever did. I think he sang.
Well, I'll tell you. So
Fred. Okay, wait a minute. Fred Astaire. I'm putting it into AI. Not that I trust AI totally, but all right. So Fred Astaire introduced what American standard songs? What kind do you say American standards at all? You know, there's a lot of people use
American
the word
jazz standards. Yeah.
Jazz standard. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. These songs, okay, get these. Cheek to Cheek. You know that song?
I know Cheek to Cheek, yeah.
A Fine Romance.
Ooh.
A Fine Romance with No Kisses. You don't know
I
it
guess I don't know that one, no.
Jerome Kern, incidentally. You're doing a Jerome Kern
There's
number.
a lot of Jerome Kern, yeah.
Yeah. Must you dance every dance with the same fortunate man?
I don't know. I don't know as many songs as I should.
Change partners. Dearly, dearly beloved, da 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 da. Bojangles of Harlem. Oh.
Is there another book I've never
yeah.
seen in my life?
After you who dream. Oh my! Why? Astaire wasn't just. He was one of the most influential interpreters of American popular songbook, and he premiered songs by Irving Berlin, George and Ira Gershwin, Jerome Kern, Cole Porter, and Johnny Mercer.
Yeah.
None
Classics.
by Richard Rodgers, believe it or not.
Yeah, I'm not
really interested in that. He was on Broadway in the 20s and 30s with his sister Adele Astaire, and they were the hit. They would do all these shows as brother and sister. I don't think they ever played man and wife on Broadway because you can't.
Yeah, because everybody at that point knows their brother and sister. Yeah. It's like, why are you putting them together?
Yeah. It's not like Game of Thrones where, no, not at all. Okay, so tell me about the music. You said that your guitarist had some thoughts about this song.
Has some thoughts about this song. He's got some thoughts
about a foggy day in London town.
I love that song, and I brought that to them, and I said, we need to play this because I really love the song, and I love Gershwin, and we can't have a program that I'm on without Gershwin, right?
Right.
This is my number one rule is always play Gershwin. And I brought it to them, and we've been.
Too bad he died so young because
brain tumor.
Yeah.
Brain tumor. You can't. You don't know where that comes from. Yeah. And then Ira lived so long. I don't even know what.
Ira did better.
Yeah, I don't know what the rest of his career looked like. I think he had like tuberculosis or something. Yeah. Actually, maybe he didn't live forever. I think he lived to like his mid-60s. And then
I don't know.
I was looking it up the other day because I was making the program, but I can't remember off the top of my head what year he passed. But I brought it to Barnyard Bunch, and
and your guitarist?
Our guitarist, Alex. We're talking about what songs we want to solo on because not everybody has to solo on every number.
Yeah.
We can just pick what ones we like the most and play the ones we want to play.
Yeah.
And we realized this past rehearsal our set was a little long, so now we're trying to cut some solos and trying to, me and Alex working things out. Hey, which ones do you actually want to take a solo on? Which ones do you want me to drop out on? And he says to me this morning, take me out of whatever that stupid one is that has the 2 extra bars at the end. I hate that one. And for those of you who don't know what a bar is, or we'll get your music theory knowledge up. I might not know much about Irving Berlin or Leonard Cohen, but I can tell you about music theory.
Yeah, bar. A bar.
I can tell you about classical music.
Don't pass the bar.
Right?
Bar is one of those numbers that, God, when you think about it, a bar, there are all kinds of bars. There's a bar you put in your hair. Yeah. There's a bar that you pass.
There's a bar that you go to with friends.
And
then you go to another one, and then you go to another one.
And there's that bar, the lawyer's bar.
Yeah.
There's a bar of gold, a bar of soap.
To work back to guitars, there's a bar chord.
And there's a bar chord.
There's a bar chord.
All right, so tell us about this musical bar.
So a musical bar, right? If you're listening to a song, you can... every song's got a pulse. It's got like a heartbeat.
Yeah.
It kind of underlies the song.
Yeah.
And you can measure out that heartbeat. So when you hear people count off songs, maybe they go 1, 2, 3, 4. They're counting in time to that heartbeat.
Right.
And they're giving it numbers. So you can count. A lot of songs are in 4, which means a bar is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's
so
like
on, so forth. A waltz is in 3.
Oh,
a waltz is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's
1,
right.
2,
Okay,
3.
gotcha.
Because a waltz is a pretty fast dance. You got to move around.
Got it.
But Gershwin's A Foggy Day, you can count in 4.
A foggy day. All right,
in London town.
1, 2. Okay, all right, I'll sing it, and you do the 1, 2. How many bars?
I'll hold them up. Yeah.
All righty. A foggy day in London town. Oh, well.
You're like rushing a little bit.
Oh.
Either way.
All right. Okay.
Trust me that you can count 4
yes.
to A Foggy Day.
Okay.
And
And then when it gets to the end, there's 2 more bars.
So every
that.
song kind of has a form, which is to say that like there's a certain amount of measures that exist within like a whole chorus of the song that is made up of however many bars, and a chorus. It's so complicated. A chorus is just the entire song all the way through, basically. Or like the main section of the song all the way through.
Right. It's not like I was alone in the city, da 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 da, and there's a verse. There's a chorus and there's a verse, like the verse to. You what do you call it? You are the promised kiss of springtime. What's that? Are you singing? You're playing that song from Very Warm for May, aren't you?
I don't. Ooh, all the things you are. I don't know. Yeah.
You are. Okay. This is the verse from that. Time and again I've longed for adventure, something to make my heart beat the faster. What did I long for? I never really knew. Finding your love, I found my adventure. Touching your hand, my heart beats the faster. All that I want, all that I dream. You are the promised kiss of springtime. Okay, so
that's the
verse.
Yeah, the verse we don't really like count the verse in a lot of these things, except for Hoagie Carmichael's Stardust, which a lot of recordings have the verse right beforehand,
right.
But nobody's like soloing over the verse. So we have a chorus, which is kind of just the whole main part of the song. That's
foggy day.
That's our chorus.
That's the chorus.
And you can have a chorus consisting of however many different bars. Common ones are you have a 16-bar chorus or you have a 32-bar chorus.
Right.
32 is kind of a big deal. It's 32 and 64 are kind of the big deal ones. The 64 is like, whoa, that's long. Why do you need that much?
Yeah.
But 32, you got 32 bars, which means you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 32 times.
And most songs in the American Songbook are about 32 bars, I think, for the most part.
Yeah, there's 12, 16, 32, and 64, and that's like a lot of them.
Yeah.
Majority of them. One of the ones we're playing on Wednesday is 18, but that's a different story.
Wow.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But George Gershwin decided to be rude or something. I don't know. Or maybe he just wanted to fit more words in and didn't know how else to do it.
Yeah.
He wrote a Foggy Day has a 34-bar form. So it's 32 plus 2 extra bars tagged on at the end.
Oh.
And that kind of, when you add extra stuff in like that and you're just kind of playing music for fun and not playing, or you're using your ear to kind of guide the way,
right.
it leads you astray a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't think it's going to be 2 extra bars long. You're just stuck in this 32-bar form world where everything you play is 32 bars, and then all of a sudden you're handed 34 and you're like, I don't know how to do this, even though it's 2 extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4s.
Yeah.
It's it's not that crazy.
Yeah.
But our guitarists don't like that.
And because then you're...
He just doesn't want to solo over it. It's a little bit of extra brain power when you're so used to 32.
So the part of it, suddenly I saw you there, and in foggy London town the sun was shining
everywhere. And then we're back to the top here.
So shining everywhere is the extra 2 bars.
Everywhere. It's just where, and then where is held out extra long. It's
got it. Okay.
Where is held out for 2 full bars. It's like, whoa.
Now, jazz, you sort of improvise around a song, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay. So I'm going to play you a song.
Okay.
And you're going to tell me what is being improvised. Peter, let's do the song that I have listed for... where is it?
Pete, can you play that?
Oh my God, maybe
Maybe you forgot to put it in your list.
Maybe I forgot. Oh no, it's the 7 o'clock song.
Okay.
This is Sonny Stitt. You know who Sonny Stitt is?
I've heard of Sonny Stitt, yes.
Sonny Stitt, I think, is a saxophonist.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and this is his take, but we're coming into the song because I don't want you to hear what song it is because I want you to try to figure out what the song
want me to
is.
guess the song?
Okay. So, Peter, if you could keep our microphones on so that Liz can tell us when she recognizes the song she's about to hear. Okay. See if you guys can figure out what song is being improvised to. This is Sonny Stitz playing a lovely song. Here we go. All right, so.
I don't know, he's playing fast.
He's playing what? Is that a high saxophone or something?
I wasn't paying attention to what saxophone he was playing, I'm sorry.
Oh.
The trick with this...
All right, good.
I know this one.
It's pretty nice, though, isn't it? Good.
Oh yeah, he's a great player. I just don't think I know the tune.
This is a very common tune.
I bet.
This is in 2/4.
I would say it's in a fast 4.
Fast 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Maybe the piano can help there. Nice, huh? It's interesting. That's why songs are so long, I think. Jazz songs.
It's all the solos.
Yeah, so all the solos, yeah.
Because Sonny also probably took, I would guess, 2 choruses.
Yeah, at the beginning.
Ooh, bass solo. Love when that happens. No. I didn't get that. I didn't know he recorded this.
You got it now.
I do, yeah. This is one of the ones I told you we were doing.
Yeah.
And the answer is?
People Will Say We're in Love from Oklahoma.
Yes. Isn't that interesting? Now here's a song that you're going to play, done in a jazz version. We listened to maybe 3.5 minutes of a jazz piece. Which was really enjoyable to hear.
Oh yeah.
But yet you did not as the player because they were improvising. Now, were they improvising on the chord progressions? Is that what happened?
Yeah, so what I was listening for at first was I was completely ignoring the saxophone because that wasn't going to help me at all. He was playing whatever he felt like based on the chords.
Oh, really?
He was playing whatever. So what I was aiming for was not for listening to him at all.
Yeah.
Although he was doing a fabulous job. I just can't. It's distracting to me when I'm trying to figure out what a tune is. Especially if there's no hint. The chords always stay the same
The chords, regardless of, always stay the same.
Yeah, they're really staying the same because if the chords don't stay the same, then the whole tune kind of goes away, right? You've got your melody on top of the chords.
Yeah.
And when people are taking solos, they're messing around with the melody. They're doing something. They're putting in new melodies. They're quoting other melodies. They're making up their own melodies. They're doing something. The whole it's not actually in the song. He made that up.
Right. Yeah.
And he was doing a fabulous job. But all of this has to happen over the chords because you can't really improvise the chords because there's multiple people usually playing instruments that have to focus on the chords. And if everybody's picking their own chords to play, then you've got at the very least 2 people that are playing different chords.
Different songs.
And that doesn't really make sense.
Yes.
It makes it a lot harder to play. So the rhythm section, right, which is your piano, if you have one, your guitar, if you have one, your bass, your drums. There's other percussion too, like the vibraphone is sometimes part of your rhythm section.
Right.
The rhythm section kind of has this thing that they got to lock into those chords, and also the person improvising, no matter who they are, has to lock into those chords. In that you're building on top of those.
Right.
You can abandon the
so
melody.
Could I have been singing "People Will Say We're in Love" behind that? Yes, I could.
Yes, you could.
Yeah, and oftentimes I do when somebody is I try to, I come into a song late and I try to guess like you just did. And I tried to guess prior to listening to that Sonny Stitt version. Stitt, look him up. He's really wonderful.
Fabulous.
Yeah. But the idea was, for me, I thought this song was a song in itself that didn't reference the tune as much as often I hear when somebody is improvising over if I listen to Emmett Cohen or somebody, I can sometimes hear some of the song.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely depends on kind of what style of jazz you're listening to and what era the recording is from, because a lot of early jazz improvisation is just kind of embellishments on the melody. Right? It's entirely based on the melody, and you're just kind of messing around, adding notes here and there, doing something cutesy in the middle.
Right.
But it's kind of based on this melody. And then as you get like closer and closer to now, people start looking at the chord changes and going, wow, wait, I think I'm just going to play with these. So then you hear a lot more people kind of what you'll call outlining the chord changes, which is just to say playing what kind of the rhythm section players are playing and doing their own thing that's further away from the melody. Further and further until this
Sonny Stitt was part of the bebop revolution. So
sounds like it.
So bebop. So that sort of bebop for me is, well, it's a beatnik. Like the aforementioned guy from Montreal, Leonard Cohen, has sort of this beat kind of thing. He oftentimes would do poetry to his stuff. But so that's where I connect bebop. But tell me from your own musical sense what a bebop is.
Yeah, so a bebop, or not a bebop, but bebop came directly kind of opposed to the swing tradition. So you start in like the 1900s, 1910s with like ragtime, and then with New Orleans jazz, and that kind of lends way to the blues, which then lends way to swing era, like 30s and 40s, with like Benny Goodman, Artie Shaw.
All those big bands are basically playing some jazz stuff.
And then you get some people like Dizzy Gillespie, who was part of Cab Calloway's band, who was like, I want to start playing cool stuff. I don't want to just like be the soloist in this band. I want to start doing some cool stuff. Yeah. So you get a lot of kind of big deal players breaking away and starting called combos. So you've got your big band, which is a big band. There's a lot of people in that band. And they're breaking away and making combos, which is like sometimes it's a quartet or a quartet all the way up to like a septet. People don't really go above that. Seven-piece group. You've got people who are just like they do duos, or people who are just soloists, piano solos, but you've got people breaking away and forming their own little groups. And these people are like very interested in very technical, flashy over their favorite songs, because that was just kind of where things were going musically. That was the trajectory. And the name bebop actually comes from this kind of thing that a lot of soloists did, which wasn't really intentional, but it happened because people liked the sound of it. They would end lines with a rhythm that went bebop. So they'd play a line, bebop.
Oh, gotcha.
And it would end like that. And then the name bebop just kind of came out of the way people were soloing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Now it's funny because now bop in the 1950s, bop. I think like Grease and all those musicals is about bop. And B-O-P. Let me put it in.
I'm not sure. I think bop is just short for bebop. Or
You think?
There's after bebop, there's what's called post bop. The way all this stuff is labeled is very interesting. There's post bop, which is just kind of the things that happened after bebop. Bebop was just such like a break in jazz, and it really caused this like big schism. People started going all these separate ways because bebop was just so like, what is everybody doing? A lot of people were like, oh, we've moved away from jazz entirely because we've gone to bebop. Bebop is shameful. And then you get people who want to take it further, and that kind of leads in another direction.
Well, here's an interesting sort of thing. This says core meanings of bop. A light tap on the head. He bopped me on the head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
To dance to pop music. They were all bopping to the music. That's what I was thinking of when I was dancing to the songs of the 1950s.
Like this,
A style of jazz in the 1940s, fast and complex, is bebop. And a catchy, enjoyable song, the newest single is a bop.
Yeah.
Apparently. I don't know. And then you get into a person usually implying sexual judgment, a bop. I have no idea.
I don't know.
No, moving casually is considered it's
bopping around,
bopping around, and a hit and interesting. So for me, bebop is Sonny Stitt.
Yeah.
Sonny Stitt, really.
Yeah, or like Charlie Parker. He's
Charlie
like number
Parker.
one.
Right.
Charlie Parker is bebop. That's his whole thing.
Right. Very, very true. Charlie Parker. All right. So now, Peter is going to get back to his desk, and I hope, and play a song for us. I decided that I would play for you. Well, you have a choice. Should we hear?
I have a choice.
Yeah,
Ooh,
you do.
I get to choose.
You could hear a Dave Brubeck number, or you could hear a number that I want to play for you to teach you something about Stephen Sondheim. Yeah. Now, what do you think here? Do you want to learn about some Stephen Sondheim in a very interesting way?
Stephen Sondheim.
I
can listen to Brubeck in my own time.
Yeah. Are you playing My Favorite Things?
We were going to, but
what happened?
We had to cut it. Our set was too long. No Sound of Music this week. I'm sorry.
There is that. Are you doing an encore when we're going, yes, please, more? I
think when we're done, it'll have been so long that you're going to be like, okay, it's time.
It's
time
time.
to go.
All right. Okay. Gotcha. Am I supposed to talk at all during your this jazz thing, or do you want it?
Just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit.
I don't think too much. Just a little bit so we can push through.
Yes, this is okay. So I'm only going to talk just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit.
Here, there, and everywhere.
Okay.
All right. And then you can say, Bob, shut up. Bop, I'm going to bop you on the head. I'll bop you on the head if you don't stop. We've got some bop to listen to. All right.
Okay.
Hey, Peter Coles. I want you to play for us "Someone in a Tree" by that's the 7:30 song. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, but before we do, I want you to know that Stephen Sondheim wrote all kinds of different in all kinds of different genres. You know him as the lyricist for West Side Story, right?
And he wrote Into the Woods.
Into the Woods and all that sort of stuff.
Sweeney Todd.
Right.
Yeah.
He wrote Atlantic Overtures. Do you know Atlantic Overtures at all?
I think I've heard of. But
Atlantic Overtures is a show that he did because he wanted to tell the story of Japan from the early days to its Americanization.
Sure.
And at one point in the show, okay, there is somebody listening to the political talk that is happening in this Japanese, what do you call a Japanese hut? Or where Japanese, oh God, I don't know. There's a hut. There's a hut. They're underneath, and there's a young man underneath the hut because he has been told, I need you to listen to what the politicians are talking to. And so there is somebody underneath the hut, and then there's someone in a tree that is also listening. Okay. So this is a song, and this is considered one of Stephen Sondheim's favorite songs because it is written in such a way that it talks about politics and what's happening, but it also builds. This number builds, and it also has a feel of the Asian influence okay. So we're going to hear this, and then we're going to talk about it, and you're going to hear it for the first time.
I'm excited.
Someone in a Tree. This is from the signature theater version of this. This song usually is about 7 minutes. This is a 3 minute 35 second. But listen to the lyrics. Listen to the way he builds on the progressions. And these songs are only maybe using 3 or 4 notes. Here we go. Someone in a Tree.
If you please, I am here.
You are where?
In the treaty house.
In the treaty house.
Very near.
Can you hear?
I'm below.
So I know.
Underneath the floor, and so I can't see anything. I can hear them, but I can't see anything.
But you can hear.
But I can hear. Shall I listen?
If you please.
I can hear them now. I shall try to shift my knees. I can hear them now. I hear everything. I'm the part that's underneath. With my sword inside my sheath, I can hear them now. If they knock, then I appear. I'm a part of what I hear. I'm the fragment underneath. I can hear them now.
Tell us what you hear.
First I hear a creak and a thump. Now I hear a clink. Then they talk a bit. Many times they shout when they speak. Other times they think. Or they argue it. I hear floorboards groaning. Angry growls, much droning. Since I hear them, they are there. As they argue it, I'm the listener underneath.
Someone reads a list from a box.
Someone talks of laws. Then they fan a bit.
Someone bends a fist.
Someone knocks. Now there was a pause. Then they argue it. But we want, no you can't, and we won't. But we need it, and we want. Will you grant? If you don't, we concede it. And they sat through the night, and they them yellow tears.
And they chat, and they fight, and they sing.
If I were to say things might happen, here's a way that they're happening. It's the fragment, not the day. It's the pebble, not the stream. It's the ripple, not the sea, that is happening. Not the building, but the beam. Not the garden, but the stone. Only Constantine and history. And someone in a tree.
Support for community programming provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. Visit bettsplumbing.com or 14 Coleman Avenue, Westfield. Public welcome.
Hi, this is Harry Rock, host of Rock on Westfield every fourth Wednesday at 8 a.m. Tune in for my view of this place I call home.
Community Radio.
107.5 FM WSFD. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 107.5 FM WSFD-LP Westfield.
Well, it is Tuesday where you are July? No.
August
11th. Where has the summer gone, for God's sake?
I know.
We're in the dog days of summer.
Dog days of summer. Okay. Now, that song is typical Sondheim. And when you hear, like, Gershwin, you know it's Gershwin. When you hear Sondheim, you know it's Sondheim.
Yeah.
And yet, this is a song that has an Asian feel to it, doesn't it?
I mean, I see where you're coming from. I think the fact that it's so Sondheim-y overshadows everything for me. But
Yeah.
I think that like the mallet percussion in the back and that persistent rhythmic thing and the specific notes that the percussion is using rather than anything to do with the vocalists.
Yes.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. And the repetition, it's a very interesting song for me, and one of the things that I think Sondheim was most proud of, because that song usually goes on, and so you have the person who is the little boy who's underneath the bamboo hut. Okay, then you have the guy who is looking at it from the tree. Okay, and so you have all these vantage points looking at what is actually happening in this very important conference of politicians, okay? That song, that little segment, begs us to listen to the lyrics, begs us to listen, because we are all part of what's happening. That was the idea that Sondheim, we are the fragment of the day. We are we are the stone. We are the pebble in the stone, etc., etc. I'd be interested. So, what do you think on this song? Do you like that? Did you like that song, or is it something on first listen you would say, okay, I've listened to it, that's enough?
I mean, I wouldn't put it on in the car.
You wouldn't?
No, I wouldn't put this on like the family road trip playlist and be like, here you guys go. Okay. This is an awesome song that I like. Right. But I think like from like an analytical perspective rather than just like a enjoying music for music's sake perspective, I would probably, I think I would give it like a 6. Because I think there's a lot of cool stuff that goes into it. Sondheim is cool. I'm not gonna listen to that in the radio. No, it's only so high because I appreciate it musically and technically and what's actually going on within the song and structure of it. Yeah. But I mean, I'm not gonna listen to that. No, my free time.
And strangely enough, most of Sondheim's stuff, okay, is we say is not. He didn't write for the American Songbook. He wrote for the musical that he was writing. You know, when you're playing those songs in your wonderful performance on Wednesday night
with the Barnyard Bunch.
The Barnyard Bunch
at 105 Elm Street,
downtown Westfield, where you can also see the wonderful Old MacDonald's Farm exhibit of the work of Susan Tilton Pecora and Don Allen. It is a wonderful exhibit.
It's beautiful.
And it's for families. Incidentally, your children are going to love this exhibit as much as you. And you got to come and see it. It only lasts till September 9th, so you don't have a lot of time left. You got to get down there and see that exhibit. But you can also do it while you're listening to some great jazz. Okay, and including the American Songbook. All right, so Sondheim isn't writing for the American Songbook, although some of his songs he writes specifically to sound like the American Songbook. But he is not, and this whole show, Pacific Overtures, is, first, it has to be done by an Asian group of folks, because it's about Japan. You're not going to do Porgy and Bess with white folks.
No.
You're not going to do Pacific Overtures unless they're Asian, okay? Or mixed race or whatever, so that they're, and the musical instruments that he chooses are also, in the original, are original sounds or musical instruments that were taken from the Japanese musical variety and stuff. But he has a sensibility, a musical sensibility, that brings it into the musical theater realm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why it's important when you're watching. There was on Great Performances, there is a version that you can watch on YouTube of this. You got to be ready to sit and listen. You got to be ready to understand that this musical is not for everyone. Yeah. But when you see it, you really kind of like fall into the grip of, it's sort of like Sunday in the Park with George again, or even Company or whatever. There are songs that are really specific to the musicals that he writes that don't belong in the American Songbook.
Yeah.
Except for Send in the Clouds. Strangely enough. Strangely enough. Although there are some other beautiful songs that he wrote, like Broadway Baby and stuff. Follies is a show. But I particularly like that one. Is there anything you'd like to say that about the writing of that song?
Yeah, I mean, it's the way that the vocalists kind of overlap is also very akin to opera. And, you know, if you listen to Don Giovanni, I think some people will put Don Giovanni on in the car because it's Mozart, whatever. People listen to Mozart. But so much opera is singing over each other and one line happening and then somebody else starts singing. You're like, no. And then somebody else joins. And then all of a sudden you've got a whole chorus of voices who are arguing with each other and singing completely different lines.
Oh, man.
And it's very... it's very hard to listen to, like, from the perspective of trying to understand what they're saying or what's going on. Like you mentioned with that particular Sondheim one, you know, the lyrics are like the thing that we're urged to listen to, but when both of them are singing at once, it's impossible. It's just clutter.
That's right.
And opera is very much like that. I like the music. Opera's crazy. I can't follow it. I don't know what's going on because they're always singing over each other.
So when you buy, and you should know this, oftentimes when you buy a Sondheim album or CD, that when I was buying the albums, there was the lyric. The lyrics were right there, or the entire script of the show, because the music was so integral to the show. So Sondheim is wise to publish the lyrics like an opera, because you get the libretto, is it called?
Yeah,
the libretto. And that's what's also great about opera now, is that you can go to an opera and see the lyrics are on the chair in front of you. Have you ever been?
I haven't seen that, but I've heard of it, where either they'll have translation like above the performers on stage, or they'll have it on the back of the chair, or there's like an app you can download that'll show you things as it comes up.
Right. And I oftentimes, when I'm watching opera on television, will put always, please, you can write with subtitles. So if you want to watch an opera and or a musical, especially a Sondheim musical, on even you
need subtitles.
You need subtitles.
You need them.
You know, because, and I need them even for regular shows. Okay,
That classical way of singing also is so focused on these open vowels.
Oh my gosh!
And even listening to like people sing like lieder, like songs, or single person musical theater numbers or opera numbers, sometimes I still have no idea what they're saying. Pan Opera in November, I think it was, put on this spectacular performance of Cinderella, the opera.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Not Rossini. It was somebody else. I can't remember her name.
Okay. It was a new version of it. Okay.
Yeah, it was an English translation of I think a Spanish composer and performer's musical or opera, and it was a fabulous performance. I loved it. I had no idea what they were singing, and it was in English.
Yes, exactly right.
I knew the story of Cinderella. I could follow along. I was like, okay, she lost the shoe. I got it. I know what's happening here.
Yeah.
I had no idea what she was singing.
Yeah.
I
and
can't
so
understand.
you have that choice. Are you going to just enjoy it, or are you going to know what's happening? And I would say sometimes you can do both.
You need to be able to do both.
You need to, especially, I don't want you to get turned off by musicals, Sondheim musicals, or any musical, or any opera, or operetta, because you do not understand what's going on. I would also suggest to read what the storyline is beforehand. Yeah. You get a sense of that. Don't worry, the spoiler alert, who cares? Just enjoy the music and all that sort of stuff.
I always read the synopsis.
All right, so we got a lot happening this week. At the end of the week, we have Down Live from Artworks is on Friday night. We've got Close and Musical
with
this
the Barnyard
Wednesday.
Bunch.
Oh my God. And we've got all kinds of events that are happening this week, next week, and the week after. The Midsummer in Westfield is wonderful. Go to westfieldonweekends.com for all the information. So I'm going to play you, as we go out, I'm going to play you a song that Sondheim wrote called Everybody Says Don't. Okay. This is from one of his earlier musicals that flopped. It's called, the musical is Anyone Can Whistle, which is a really...
Oh, I think I've heard of that one.
Anyone Can Whistle. But Everybody Says Don't. This is from a Stephen Sondheim collection. It's called the Stephen Sondheim album, and it has all these Broadway singers.
Sure.
This is Anne Calloway's sister, Liz Calloway, singing. She's a Broadway star as well, did all kinds of shows. But she's singing Everybody Says Don't. I think we got to say Everybody Says Do. And that's what we need to do. I love it because that's what you say, Liz Blaze Bennett. If we wanted to find you, you could get in touch. If you wanted to have a symphony go to a restaurant or musicians, music on the menu, call us at WOW and we'll connect you. Meanwhile, here's Everybody Says Don't. As we don't go out, listen to the lyrics, everyone. I love having you on. You're going to come back.
I love being here.
Yes.
Yeah.
See you soon. Liz Blaze Bennett is our guest, and WOW, it's Tuesday. Have a great week, everybody. See you soon.
It isn't right, don't, it isn't nice. Everybody says don't, everybody says don't, everybody says don't walk on the grass, don't disturb the peace, don't skate on the ice. Well, I say do, I say walk on the grass was meant to feel, I say sail, jump at the windmill, and if you fail, you fail. Everybody says don't, everybody says don't, everybody says don't get out of line. When they say that, then, lady, that's a sign. 9 times out of 10, lady, you are doing just fine. Be just a ripple. Come on, be brave. This time a ripple. Next time a wave. Sometimes you have to start small, climbing the tiniest wall. Maybe you're going to fall, but it's better than not starting at all. Everybody says no, everybody says stop, everybody says mustn't rock the boat, mustn't touch a thing. Everybody says don't, everybody says wait, everybody says can't fight City Hall, can't upset the cart, can't laugh at the king. Well, I say try, I say laugh at the kings or they'll make you cry.